Greetings, everyone! Welcome to Sunday morning stream. Today, I'll hopefully be covering 3 titles. First, 8-bit Deathmatch single-player campaign, then a demonstration or let's try of SlashXel's latest demo. They're making a new engine, it's interesting to look at. And then finally, a playthrough of Streets of Kamurocho. So welcome to the stream, Hyper, Jedok, Buster, Jaden, Sylveon, YouTube, and Pixelboy, as well as all the watchers on Twitch and all the lurkers. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone, and happy anniversary to the first Sonic movie. Crossing your fingers, let's return to the campaign. And before that, I better close that page so it doesn't play at the same time. Alright, here we go. Several weeks after... Several weeks following the conclusion of Chapter 6. Several weeks following the conclusion of Chapter 6, where we defeated Wily in that giant mech. In that giant gamma mech. I surely will. Seeing what happened last time. Yeah, mostly not much. We have control now. A quick look at the trophies I have. So we have trophies for completing all the remaining chapters. And there's one for completing the boss rush, as well as doing a flawless run of Chapter 6 finale. I may do that in the future. As well as completing a flawless run of Chapter 6 finale, which I may do in the future. Before I start off the next chapter, let's take a look at this. Bad box art Mega Man. Ah, this is the training room. In any case, time to start the Mega Man 7 campaign. In any case, it's time to start the Mega Man 7 campaign. Chapter 7, Dr. Wily escapes, the 7th number strike. Always gonna check the mail first. Always gonna check the mail first. There may be some important tidbits. There may be some important tidbits hidden in there. There may be some important tidbits hidden in there. Perhaps in the future, we'll meet up with that fan in person. We'll see about that. We started in Freeze Man's arena. That's the spike pit. Starting out pretty well. Got 2 frags already. Ah, Thunderwall. Let's try that out. That looks fun. Whoa, spikes. Need some ammo restoration. Oh no, I'm getting away from you. Or not. The first time I actually died here. The Thunderwall is just that powerful. What a contrasting comparison with its Mega Man 10 counterpart. That was very easy. All thanks to the Thunderwall. Second up is a junk arena. Unfroze at the wrong time. The spark shot isn't powerful enough for my taste. It should have got him there. Let me out. Ah, W tank. Ah, someone has that. It's him. I'm not gonna even try going for that. Instead, I'll just jump into the magma pit. You can reach him on the other side. Only problem is when they're at close range and try dodging. Slightly tougher than the previous one, yet still very straightforward. Burst Arena. Nope, nope, nope. Give me that. Some might have worked. Bubble Bomb works when it hits. I know that's a pretty redundant statement for any weapon, but its travel pattern is a bit awkward for me to get used to it. Its travel pattern is a bit awkward. Okay, behind by 2. Sorry, Toadman, you're stuck down there. Never mind, you managed to escape somehow. Not dealing with you at close range. The AI has a better job with this. The AI does a better job with the Wild Coil. The AI does a better job at using the Wild Coil. Victory! Cloud Arena. It's one of those more RC games. It's one of those more RC games, Daibuman. Again, depends on your taste and whatnot. It does. Whoa. And here I thought I'd get a boost of speed. And hell, this is a chainsaw. Whoa, things are escalating really fast. But this, oh, it's a spread drill. I do this. And again, it also hit an audience that are outside of video games too. It also hit an audience quite outside of video games, the usual audience. Brought out some behind. Good job, Airman. Let's take this serious. Let's take this more seriously this time. That's not really the reason either. That's not the only reason, Daibuman. Awful horse controls? Well, it behaves more like a real horse. Awful horse controls? Well, it behaves more like a real horse. No, I would disagree with just the graphics. Pretty much. Come on, Airman. That's my revenge. In general, I don't like gatekeeping in video games. That's not You can be somewhat more realistic. You don't need to be realistic in every regard. Okay, this time ahead. I can use this as an area denial weapon. Especially when enemies are too stupid to walk in front of it. Like so. If he just kept walking to the left, he would have survived. Spring Arena. Boing boing paradise. Ow. I got rejected. But again, we'll disagree to then again, we'll agree to disagree. Oh, I see, Snivy. Just like in the original level. Nice attention to detail. the point. Yep. Slash claw? Let's give it a go. It more has to do with other users, sadly. Ow, 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 ow. Only problem with the Slash Claw? The range. And the damage, actually. And the damage to some extent. I really wish someone made a 3D game, a 3D classic game using all these assets. A traditional one. It is a good close-range weapon, not so much in this arena. Precisely, Jaden. Nintendo's a good example of getting non-gamers into game. Nintendo's a good example of getting people not used to gaming into gaming. Oh sure, some of the games are... Oh sure, some of the games can get kind of... Oh sure, some of the games get a bit brutal, but they don't feel brutal. Or they offer several avenues to make the challenge significantly easier. Or make use of many optional challenges. You can meet both, Sylveon. Who says that something being cash grabbed doesn't mean the final product will be good? Oh no. I'm surprised that worked. Victory. Slash Arena. The reason why I did that, Jaden, was because that's how... Well, I guess to fit with the 90s aesthetic. Even Sega did the same. EA does most of the cash grabs, I'd say. EA, I say, is the most guilty of cash grabs. Eat bees. Whoa! That must have been the fire. Slashed apart by Slash Man. Where am I? Who's up there? Perfect. This map feels bigger than the previous ones. Come at me. Of course, that may be because of all the underbrush. Of course, that may be because of all the brush. Quite a change in pace. We have both the artificial interiors along with the natural environment. Ninja kill. Ninja frag. Come on. If I can get 2 solid slashes in, they're good as a goner. Same applies to me, though. Vengeance. Should not have stopped and chatted there. For this map, the slash claw is awesome. This may not be in fact bigger, but it feels bigger. But it feels larger. Cool. The frag limit was only 10. It should have been 15. Shade Arena. I'll hold off from using a drill bomb for now. Couldn't handle the salt. We have Jaden. I'll take a look at it after. I'll take a look at it during the break. The more I play this game, the more I'm getting used to the slower firing weapons. Stand in place. I also figured out how to optimally use this. Simply create a barrage of them. Simply create a barrage of missiles. That way, they can't dodge it. Again, the frag limit is only 10. It should have been 15. Turbo Arena. That's it. I'm out. Trying to find a good spot for this. Oh no, Turbo... I took too long. Turbo's in the lead. What a quick turnaround. We're now in Skull Fortress 1, and it only took about half an hour to do so. One of the shortest chapters yet. Yeah, I missed the mosh pit too, Jaden. Perhaps I'll do a playthrough of this game on hard mode. Off screen. This entrance is accurate to the original. Once again, yet again, I wish I wish someone took these assets and made a 3D traditional Mega Man Classic game. Yeah, beating this first, then SlashXel's thing. We're almost done anyways. I thought this would take an hour longer. In general, this is slightly easier than Chapter 6's campaign. Outside of his finale, that is. You're referring to Simon's Destiny. If someone wants me to cover it, I'll do it. He wanted a rematch immediately. Yeah, please do so. I'll have to revamp that list as well. Sorry, Springman. Time to find you, base. How did you miss that? Again, how did you miss that? Even Copybot had better aim. Even Copybot had better aim than you. Okay, there, you got me this time. That hurt. GG, you won. Now let's take this more seriously. At least with Copybot, in order to dodge his attacks, In order to dodge his attacks, I need to physically get behind a pillar. Time for things to get serious. It isn't fire and forget. I have to actually aim at him. I actually have to aim in his relative direction. Huh? If I'm too far away, it'll lose its homing power. This has a range limit. I understand what to do now. This is an unused track from Mega Man 7. I can see why it's unused. I wish the homing properties were improved. I'm better understanding what I'm supposed to do here. The hardest part of this battle isn't really dodging base. It's learning this weapon. It's learning the properties of this weapon. and to a lesser extent his own attacks. This charges up slower than what I expect. Hang on. Hang on, phone call. Back. Sometimes I can dodge it, sometimes I can't. The biggest problem with this weapon is how slow it charges, or how it feels like it should charge up a bit faster. Is there a way I can do a ground boost? Ah, did better this time. Getting close is a bit of a hazard too, because of due to his attacks. I also wish the homing properties of the fist were stronger. They feel a tad weak. They work in regular battles. I think they work better in regular battles, not so much this. I would rather have a rapid firing weapon instead. See what I mean? He was right next to him and still failed to hit. Ace, where are you? GG base. Regardless of in spite of all the deaths, this felt more enjoyable than the Mega Man 6 finale. No, I want you to go with us. I'm not jumping down that pit, by the way. So that was Chapter 7 of the campaign. Slightly easier. Overall, it was easier than Chapter 6. Both for the regular matches and the finale. The finale was... like before, the finale was a difficulty spike, but not as bad as Chapter 6 is. The game did a better job of prepping you up for this. The game did a better job of preparing you for this. You only need to rely on two weapons. The base Mega Buster, and then for the second phase, the Super Adapter. The hardest part for the second phase was getting used to the Super Adapter's homing. The hardest part of the second phase was getting used to the homing properties of the fist, as well as base's attacks. Once those hurdles were cleared, this was fairly straightforward. And every subsequent version added a new chapter. Oh, there is one Pixel Boy? I'll have to do that in post. Doing that entire encounter without dying is a challenge. Especially without the Super Adapter. And trying to do it without the Super Adapter... That may or may not be easier. I'll try it in post. It's only Buster only. It's only Buster only. That makes it far easier. I'll definitely try it in post then. Alrighty then. It seems like we're gonna be on the credits. So, let's move on to the next game. I mean, it'll be far easier than completing Chapter 6. It'll be far easier than doing Chapter 6 finale flawless. I know, right? I thought this would take 90 minutes, but it went by pretty smoothly. But regardless, this was fun true and true. Chapter 6, the main issue was the ending was... At least this was fun true and true. At least this was fun from start to finish. With Chapter 6, the finale was... The finale was hitting a brick wall. I will, Jaden. First, let me showcase SlashXel's demo. Then I'll do the other two. Then I'll do Streets of Kamurocho, Streets of K. I need to swap the text settings, otherwise the on-screen chat's gonna be really small. Come on. Okay, should be it. Can you see the screen, everyone? Okay then. Greetings, everyone. My name is Etterville, and welcome to my Let's Try of SlashXel's in-development Mega Man fan game. I'll be spending at least 10 to 15 minutes on this demo, checking out what it has to offer. First and foremost, some critiques. The gamepad doesn't work properly. Oh sure, when I say it doesn't work properly, I mean it doesn't work all the way. The buttons, D-pad, the D-pad, analog stick, and buttons don't work. Only the triggers and toggles work. So let us begin. 2 selections of RMs. Let's start off by going after this one. Wow, this is really quiet. Hang on. I see the problem. For some reason, something else I want to point out. For some reason, when you start up the game, the music and sound effect volume is set all the way down to 1. I have no idea why. See? That's much better. 2 RMs, this one, and this one. I'll start off by going after this one. Missile Man. So I'll be using the keyboard for this. Jump, shoot, slide. We only have access to 10 Mega Busters and 2 extra lives. We do have charge shots too. Physics are a bit off, but they mostly work. Remember, this game is in very early. This was made in a custom Game Maker Studio engine, and it's in very early alpha. And as these are my first impressions, I apologize in advance for any silly mistakes or false assertions I'll make. I knew it. There'd be pop-up attackers. Slide jumping is a bit unreliable. If this was the Mega Mix or Mega Man Maker engine, that should have worked. See what I mean? I don't mind the kick noises, they're fine. I always found why sliding didn't have a sound effect. Yeah, only 2 extra lives. For testing, please set the infinite extra lives. For testing, please set the infinite lives. Bombers. More airplanes. The enemy introduction is substandard, not done in isolation. Ah, that's new. We can jump off of ladders like Quint can. This would be a better gimmick introduction if this was done in a room without enemies. No pickup sound effect either. Mini boss time. Fairly straightforward. Background is a bit too distracting from the foreground. It should be made a bit darker. I like how the health bar fades in and out if you get too close to it. That's something I wish more fan games did. I tried using a controller slash, but it doesn't work at all. So I have to use the keyboard for this. The health drop rate is higher than usual. It seems that every fourth enemy drops a health pickup. The fans had a better introduction. Being right in the checkpoint room. There are two types of airplanes. Ones that drop bombs and ones that fire missiles. Ones that drop bombs and ones that fire missiles. Yeah, the entire game feels a bit off. The entire game feels a bit off in terms of the controls, physics, and gameplay. Don't get me wrong, in isolation the enemies are fine, but the way they're introduced and used here is questionable. This section before the boss could be made a bit shorter, like such as half as long. And enemies before the boss, and enemies right in the boss corridor. Taking inspiration from Mega Man 1, aren't we? There is a checkpoint before the boss, but we're following Mega Man 1 standards. You're definitely inspired by Napalm Man. You even had a critical phase. The boss battle was one of the best parts of this level. The rest was simply substandard at best. And I got hello? Nothing then. There wasn't even a Roadmaster intro for this level. Hang on, let me game over first. Insert the name of the stage. Fire Construction Man? Forge Man? Oh no. Pick it, Joe's. Could you have them keep their shields up for longer? Weld Man? I see a bunch of construction and fire team. I see several construction and fire-teamed enemies. I like the aesthetics of this one more than the preceding stage. I like the aesthetics of this stage over the preceding one. Four charge shots destroyed him. Or 3 charge shots and 2 pellets, and 2 regular shots. Batons that fire at you. This background again. Please make it darker in future versions. It's very distracting. Especially when a few enemies have a similar color scheme. I suppose the firewalls are instant death then. There is a warning sign up there next to my health bar, but please play a sound. But in future versions, please add a sound effect. Right now, with everything going on, you may not notice it. Now don't get me wrong, I like this section, but it needs some tweaking in terms of the backgrounds. And maybe give some more time for wiggle room. Mini boss time. Phoenix? I like the one from Mega Man 9. A slightly higher cooldown. I deserve that. See, this section had more leeway than the preceding. One. For normal mode, please reduce the number of fireballs by. For normal mode, please reduce the number of fireballs by 1. 3 is enough. And please put a checkpoint before this section. Oh, thank you, very high gravity. You saved me there. See what I mean? Why didn't you put a checkpoint before that section? And that's back controls. However, this one would be a perfect time to place it. Again, doesn't work consistently. Yeah, but still, the section's long enough. You should put a checkpoint in between, especially when you have limited lives. Alright, I think this is a good time to give my overall thoughts on this. First and foremost, I don't think it's really necessary to make your own Mega Man engine. Use something like the Mega Engine, or better yet, the Mega Mix engine. It's fully featured, and you don't have to worry about remaking the controls and physics to feel right. You can just focus on making the levels and bosses. You can focus your efforts on making levels, enemies. You can focus your efforts on making enemies, level objects, levels, weapons, and bosses. Now, putting aside the issues with the engine, I have many issues with the levels themselves. To summarize my biggest gripes, enemy and gimmick reductions for the most part are done substandardly. They should be done in isolated. They should be done in controlled environments, not combined with other enemies, not combined with other stuff. Out of all the mechanics showcased in the game, the one that was the best introduced was the fan one, as that was introduced in the checkpoint room, where there were no enemies or other mechanics to worry about. Secondly, many of the backgrounds have to be made darker. This especially became a problem during the inside portions of Forge Man's level. Where some of the enemies almost blend in with the environment. If you have to violate the NES palette restrictions, do so. I'd rather have that than a poor experience. Number 3, please up the number of checkpoints, especially for the second level. Put one after that lava escape sequence. 4, please add a mode for infinite lives, or at the very least, up the base life count. And Slash, you can always just fork the Mega you can always simply fork the Mega Mix engine. It's fully open source. If there's something in it you don't like, you can always change it. Overall, even for a very early alpha demo, it doesn't have me impressed. It doesn't make me I'm unimpressed. It has many glaring issues that need to be resolved. Sorry, Slash, but I did enjoy this. There were some There are two things I liked about this. There were two things I liked about this. One, the increased life pickup. One, the increased quantity of life pickups. Two, Missile Man. Two, Missile Man himself. Oh yeah. 5. Please work on some of the enemy placements. At least for a normal mode. Alright, be right back in a moment. Setting up the last game. Okay, setting up. Just making sure it's capturing. Enjoy the music in the background. Perfect. This is for you, Jaden. It's short enough that I'll be doing it now. I will. Greetings, everyone. My name is Atterville, and welcome to my Let's Play of Streets of Kamurocho, a 2D beat-em-up developed by Empty Clip Studios and published by Sega. It's a mashup between Streets of Rage 2 and the Yakuza / Like a Dragon franchise. It was made to celebrate Sega's 60th year anniversary. It was made to celebrate Sega's 60th year anniversary. So without further ado, let us begin. 3 characters: Kiryu, Majima, and Ichiban. I'll be playing as Kiryu, the hero of most games in the Yakuza franchise. This is a rather short title, and I'll be spending about 15 to 20 minutes on this. If you play Streets of Rage 2, this stage will look very familiar to you. Kiryu's moveset is directly based off of Axel's, and Kiryu's moveset is based directly off of Axel's. That too, Jaden. You can definitely tell it's Axel. The Chinese mafia goons are based off the Garcias or Garcias. The thugs are based off the Signals. This game is freeware, so if you wish to play it, you can download it off of Steam. You're based off the dawn events. Somehow by picking up the machete, it turned into a construction cone. Apparently, it was only temporarily available on Steam. New enemies constantly spawn in. Unlike Streets of Rage 2, enemies constantly spawn in, so it's best to keep moving forwards. You're based off of Jack. The first mini-boss. There are a lot of silly things you can do in the Like a Dragon franchise. This is far from the silliest. My only knowledge of the franchise comes from this game and watching some streams of it. And the memes. Of which there are many of them. Yet somehow, the franchise pulls off a nice balance between silliness and seriousness. Hi, not Electra. You aren't too difficult on the first playthrough, but that'll change once you get to the second or third round. Sadly, the music never changes. This exploit still works. And the boss is not Barbon. And the boss is not... Round 1 complete. Round 2. Every time you complete a round, you restart. Every time you complete a round, you restart from the beginning, but everything becomes harder. Namely, enemies get stronger. We're now basically in hard mode. Enemies may have greater health and are definitely more aggressive. The punching point was fixed in Streets of Rage 4, I believe. Because in the first 3 games, you could do stuff like this. Of the first 3 entries in the franchise, my favorite was the second one. Especially in multiplayer. It's basically an arcade mode. It's basically an arcade deathmatch survival mode. It's basically an arcade survival mode. As you can tell, the signal equivalents are... As you can already tell, the signal equivalents now try dive kicking. As you can already see, the signal equivalents now try sliding under me more consistently. Even the Gaussias are more dangerous. The directional special attack is still fairly powerful. Ow. There's a way to recover. Don't get surrounded on this mode. Once I get to Mania mode, trying to do stuff like that is very inadvisable. That's what the normal special is for. That's what the regular special is for. Same here, Jaden. Instead of the enemies being called regular goon, super goon, elite goon, fighter, brawler, etc., we had actual names for the enemies. The same applies. The The same applies to Final Fight on the SNES. The names for these enemies are directly taken from the Yakuza game. The names of these enemies were directly taken from the Yakuza franchise. Probably from Like a Dragon. Round 3. I'll complete this round, then I'll showcase the other two characters. Now I think I'm on very hard mode. I'm not gonna criticize the game for only having one stage that loops over and over. It was made to celebrate an anniversary. It was made to celebrate both an anniversary and a release. I know someone got over 6 million points. And once you reach round 21, your special attacks are disabled. I don't see any reason to remove this, really. It's only one stage over and over. The original games that this is based off of are better. I think Final Fight 3 is the best out of the two franchises. Streets of Rage 3 was... interesting. But it felt like it deviated too much from the normal formula. And in the North American release, enemies had way too much health. I played all three Final Fight games on the SNES, the three mainline ones. 3 was my favorite. 2 was the one where they traveled across the world, right? Ah, that one. Eventually, if that gets enough suggestions, I'll cover it, and if people want me to play multiplayer, I'll do it. These games are almost always better in multiplayer. Well, there I die. I should have used the Grand Upper more. Let's showcase Majima now. Basically, all 3 characters are based off of Axel. However, their team songs are different. Kind of a missed opportunity if you were to ask me. Somewhat of a missed opportunity if you were to ask me. I wish we had someone based off of Max. I wish we had someone based off of Max, Blaze, or Skate, or even Adam. Now here's Ichiban. I recognize the first 2 protagonists, not him though. Kiryu is a protagonist of multiple games. Is Ichiban the protagonist of Like a Dragon? Just answered my question, Jaden. That makes sense. Okay then, I think that's enough. For someone who last played Streets of Rage several years ago, I think it did decently well. I think it did okay. I think it performed okay. For what's essentially an endless survival mode, I believe this was fairly fun. Though I wish each of the 3 characters was based off a different Streets of Rage character. Keep Kiro as Axel. That was the biggest missed opportunity. Otherwise, it's a fun little excursion. Everything else felt authentic to the beat 'em up franchise. Well then, thanks for watching my Let's Play. Well then, thanks for watching my short Let's Play, viewers. If you enjoyed it, please rate, comment, favorite, and or subscribe, as they always help out the channel. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well, and join my Discord server, as I regularly post updates there. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all in a future Let's Play. Thank you for suggesting this game to me. Jaden. I'll see you all tonight.